Good morning, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. It is our pleasure to join you all today to discuss important matters related to the Freedom Convoy fundraiser and social fundraising in Canada. My name is Juan Benitez, and I am the president of GoFundMe. I am joined by Kim Wilford, GoFundMe's general counsel. On behalf of everyone at GoFundMe, we want to acknowledge the impact of the Freedom Convoy on the citizens of Canada, in particular the residents of Ottawa, and each of you. GoFundMe is the world's most recognized and most trusted fundraising platform. Our mission is to help people help each other with the goal of being the most helpful place in the world. We are humbled that GoFundMe has become a noun synonymous with receiving help and assisting communities. That impact is far-reaching as we have delivered over $17 billion in assistance to communities in 19 countries since the company began over a decade ago. In Canada, we are delivering well over $200 million in community assistance each year, including for significant events such as the Humboldt Broncos fundraiser in 2018 that raised over $15 million, as well as the hundreds of campaigns that help friends and family members with their needs and dreams every day. GoFundMe aspires to be the benchmark for responsible operations in the social fundraising industry. Over 80 of our 400 employees are dedicated to policy creation and enforcement, data privacy, information security, regulatory compliance, sanction screening, and prevention of payment fraud, financial crimes, and money laundering. We employ industry experts and consider ourselves to be an innovator in these areas. Our decisions and policies are guided by our terms of service, which are posted publicly and outline what is permissible and what is prohibited on our platform. Fundraising campaigns related to misinformation, hate speech, violence, and more are prohibited by our terms of service. Before we provide a timeline of events for the Freedom Convoy fundraiser, I would like to thank Ottawa authorities, notably Interim Police Chief Bell, Mayor Watson, and their teams for their collaboration and transparency. Their partnership was essential for our teams to understand what was happening so we could make the best possible decisions relative to our policies. The Freedom Convoy fundraiser was created on January 14th. We began actively monitoring it the next day based on significant fundraiser activity. Our initial analysis concluded that the fundraiser was within our terms of service and could remain active. On January 27th, we processed a withdrawal of $1 million to the financial institution of the Freedom Convoy fundraiser organizer. Following this disbursement, public statements from the fundraiser organizer began to shift in tone, and on February 2nd, we suspended the fundraiser. This effectively meant that all future donations and withdrawals were paused. From February 2nd through February 4th, we heard from local authorities that what had begun as a peaceful movement had shifted into something else. They shared reports of violence and threatening behavior by individuals associated with this movement. We also commenced a review of where donations were coming from. Our records show that 88% of donated funds originated in Canada, and 86% of donors were from Canada. On February 4th, following concerning dialogue with the fundraiser organizer and her team, as well as continued updates of escalating violence and disruption from local authorities, it became clear the fundraiser no longer complied with our terms of service. We removed the fundraiser from our platform and provided donors with the option to request a refund or, consistent with the fundraiser organizer's statements, have their donation delivered to credible and established charities chosen by the fundraiser organizer and verified by GoFundMe. As of February 5th, all refunds were initiated by our payment processing partner, including all transaction processing fees and tips, and those funds were returned to donors in the subsequent days. Please note that there are multiple layers in the regulatory framework surrounding social fundraising via GoFundMe. All donations are processed, held, and paid out by our payment processing partners. GoFundMe does not directly interact with or hold any funds collected from donors, nor are we able to redirect those funds to ourselves. I previously outlined the investments we make at GoFundMe for trust, safety, and compliance. That is the first layer. The second layer comes from similar functions implemented by our payment processors. Finally, our payment processors also rely on banks, card networks, and their associated regulatory requirements. In summary, we believe responsible action is core to social fundraising. We proactively invest in the relevant processes, staff, and tools to be the industry leader in this area. The Freedom Convoy fundraiser was unique. We support peaceful protests provided they are within our terms of service. While there will always be opportunities to learn and improve, we hope the committee acknowledges the responsible actions we took in close consultation with local authorities. We look forward to continuing our assistance in Canadian communities and look forward to the committee's questions.